Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Star Wars Rebels Aftershow. I am your lovely host, Roger, and with me, none other, is the creator of Stoner Anthem himself, Homer!
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So excited to talk some Star Wars Rebels.
Alright, we are on Star Wars Rebels Season 2, Episode 4, Breaking Ranks. And this episode doesn't have any follow-up episodes to it, and it's its own separate filler-esque arc, if you would, but
Yeah,
even though there is development in this trailer.
I thought that it was kind of a filler episode, but it definitely had some important plot points.
Yeah.
Mainly towards the end of the episode.
Yeah, there was. I had a few issues with it that mainly are at the beginning episode, which I'll explain. It pretty much starts off with the crew. They're just basically Ezra's training with Rex, practicing his blaster skills, and of course Kaden is having an issue with Rex because you gotta have like this ultimate clash, butt heads in the group. And Kaden thinks that Ezra should train more as a Jedi and get some Jedi training, and Ezra's like, I don't even have enough time for anything, so fuck, maybe I don't want to be a Jedi or a trooper.
That's what I didn't like about the episode. Like, where did this come from? Maybe I don't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, I understand he went through shit, like in the last episode, was like getting kidnapped by like Inquisitors and stuff like that. But he didn't even like say that he was like exhausted being a Jedi. It was just like an everyday like sort of mission. At the end, everyone got out safely, and then just this episode, just because he's spending too much time blasting or meditating, he's like, oh, I just won't stop being a Jedi.
I know, right? And then he didn't learn his lesson from the last episode, and he follows a distress call by himself.
Oh, yeah. Basically, in the midst of Ezra complaining to everyone that he doesn't have enough time to even, have time to himself, because everyone wants him to clean the ship, for crying out loud, that basically everyone leaves him on the ship, and he basically gets a distress signal from Hondo, but he doesn't know that at the time, and he's just basically like, well, I'm just gonna get away from everyone like a teenager, and I'm gonna go help someone else.
And he brings everyone's lovable Chopper.
Oh, yeah, just fucking great. That's one of my main correlations in this whole fucking last season is Chopper, and you're gonna have him as the second main character.
Yeah, and I didn't care for him. I'll get into that a little later. But
exactly like we said, the distract signal a ship out in the middle of orbit, like in the middle of nowhere in space, and he can't even pick up get the distress person to even talk on the phone. He's like, oh, okay, we're just gonna board it anyway.
Yeah, that was so shady.
It was
the robots were all shut down.
Yeah, it was the creepiest place you would not. It's pretty much like Event Horizon, if you ever seen that, like scary sci-fi ass like. No one would have the sense of mind to do it, and just because he's a Jedi, has a freaking lightsaber. And
he's not that good of a Jedi.
Yeah,
Which proves.
This episode would prove Ezra's shit. I mean, I understand he's an apprentice, or he barely learned. He's like Luke Skywalker in Episode 4 right now. I kind of get that, but in the middle of the episode,
Luke Skywalker Episode 4 could take Ezra out.
Yeah, in the middle of the episode. This brought to another gripe. Ezra is in the middle of a fight between battle droids, or whatever, droids that are used as bodyguards for the owner of the ship, who Hondo says he is the owner of. So Ezra is to believe that Hondo, who, if you remember in Clone Wars, he's the space pirate. He was kind of like everyone's hated cameo because he always ruined the momentum of the Clone Wars because you're dealing with a space pirate.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I don't really know him. This is my first outlook on him.
And basically, Ezra's helping out Hondo get the ship together, but eventually he does, and he's fighting these droids, and in the middle of the fight, not even within less than a frame, he pretty much gets swiped his lightsaber by a droid in the middle of a fight, and in a close quarter combat, it didn't make any sense.
We literally had to rewind that scene because it was wait, how did that happen? It happened so quickly, and it looked like there was no physical contact.
Yeah, exactly. We just saw it, that it was there, and that was gone. We were talking at the time, but we were trying to pay attention to the show, and we had to go back and see that actual scene for yourself. It was ridiculous. But that was our second main gripe. But for the most part, like, this is like when he finds Hondo is kind of like where the second half of the episode kind of takes off. I feel that gets it out of its like slump, its like boringness of the first half, and basically, Hondo has all these thermal generators that are on board,
which is what so happened they need for their mission.
Yeah, so happens to be like the exact type of resource the Phantom crew needs in order to fulfill their mission that they're supposed to be on.
And save planet. What was the name of the planet again?
Oh yeah. The planet that the crew needs to get supplies for is named Re. I'm assuming because the person Commando Saito, he did not enunciate at all. Like
it was exactly, like a really quick. We rewound it a couple times.
Yeah, no, we rewound it. We wanted to make sure we got it right, but I don't know. I couldn't even Google it because I just put REEEE like dot like so that doesn't really show you anything. And so Ezra pretty much is like, well, I'm gonna help out with your ship if you give me those thermal generators to help out Planet Reed that my crew's trying to do, and
some of the profit as well.
Kind of like Ezra going back to his normal roots, trying to be the swindler and stuff. Even impersonating Lando Calrissian. Yeah. Even so far as impersonating Lando Calrissian, because he knows he's a famous smuggler.
Oh yeah.
And he knows that Hondo would probably know him, and like, so he, in a way, Hondo doesn't try to swindle him over on a cheap deal, I guess.
That was actually pretty smart. I probably wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. The ship pretty much gets attacked by Imperial Star Destroyer that looked really small. I thought it comes out of nowhere. The Imperials are like just come out of orbit. They're pretty much like you're in Imperial space, and
that was pretty like scary. I guess.
I mean, nothing that the crew hasn't seen over and over again, but they're only there for like literally 12 seconds. There's like kind of like no immediate danger. The Imperials are literally like an extra figure, like character. They're not even like the main problem. Like they're just there just to get Ezra and Hondo to jump into hyperspace and basically go to Hondo's contact, who is the main reason why he has all this stuff, is to sell all this stuff to him.
Yeah, exactly. Make 500 times the profit.
Oh yeah, no, 500% more. Oh, so yeah. five time the extra profit.
5 times extra profit.
Booker T would have been proud for him. And basically, they go do this deal. The deal goes kind of south. The guy that's trying to collect wants to kill them and take all the cargo, as you expect from all these swindlers, black market deals.
Yeah, and we saw him in the Lando episode, actually.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but he's the main, like, fat, like, looking alien.
Yeah, I feel like he's a Jabba wannabe.
Yeah, and this pretty much starts the highlight of like my favorite scene that happened in this episode, which is like this. Yeah, which basically is the giant escape. How everyone gets out of the situation with fucking Chopper of all the things.
But I do have one gripe with that scene when he whips out the Kimbo handgun.
That was stupid. I did not like that at all. Like, Chopper pretty much is the only person not captured in this deal, and of course they need his help. So what does Chopper do? He pretty much just charges in blindly, disrupting the whole conversation, which pretty much gets Ezra and Hondo the chance to outmaneuver, take cover and all that. And basically, it starts pretty much this awesome Star Wars soundtrack in the middle of this whole entire escape thing.
And like, that's when the scene starts to get better.
Yeah. I was even telling Homer in the middle of the scene, it reminded me so much of Return of the Jedi. Like, Ezra is pretty much handcuffed, and he pretty much does this similar jump that I remember Luke doing it in order to get out of a similar situation, and they're rescued by an astromech droid in the end in a weirder circumstances, grant you.
The Kimbo.
Yeah, and basically Chopper in the middle of the fight just somehow holds 2 different blasters and starts shooting and missing all the time more than Chewbacca does. And all the
point blank range.
Yeah, point blank range. And
Chopper, you're useless.
Yeah, Chopper is so useless. It just looks stupid, and I understand. You want to have an R2 guy, for comic relief, but you can't just do the exact same thing or go even more over the top. It's an astromech droid. If you want a droid to help you with these situations.
Assassin.
Get an assassin droid. Give me HK-47. Make him say meat bags all the time and like have crude humor. Have something like that. But no, you can't.
Nope,
it's Disney.
They have to appeal to the children.
Exactly. So I'm sorry if everyone likes Chopper. He just ruins every scene that he's in for me. I liked him at the beginning. Like the first few times you show him in Rebels, but then he outstays his welcome.
Here's my journey of Chopper. At first I was like, oh, R2 wannabe. Then I was like, alright, fine, he's fine. Now I just hate him again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because his humor is just so, like, slapstick. And
it's so slapstick. I mean, like, it's, like, not even good slapstick, like Tom and Jerry slapstick. It's just, it makes me feel like an idiot. Even, like, for watching this.
But and it's a good show other than Chopper.
Yeah, no, it is a great show. It reminds me the show is like a whole episode 4 of Star Wars to me. You know, where everyone's at their weakest, not everyone's overpowered. Like, even though as much as I mock Ezra for being a shitty Jedi, I like that. I do not want him to be like Ahsoka Tano in Clone Wars, being so good of a Jedi at her young age, like...
And now she's in Rebels.
Yeah, like, going toe-to-toe and, like, surviving Grievous. Yeah, I don't want that shit. But this is more realistic, I like it.
It would be cool if her and Vader do fight in Rebels.
Oh, it would be cool, don't get me
Vader's
wrong.
Probably going to take her out.
She's, like, the only probably person even capable of going toe-to-toe. She has the speed. I mean, it would be an interesting fight, but of course that's the problem. We have hindsight. We know how everything's gonna turn out to some degree. That Vader's gonna live.
Dude, what if somehow
and the Empire is still gonna live on, no matter what the Rebels do, really. So that's kind of where the show always kind of hurts itself. And especially when you have filler arcs like this that really don't move the plot anywhere.
Other than just helping a small mission.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point at the end. Basically, when Hondo and Ezra get back, Ezra talks about, you know, I could have joined your pirate crew and stuff like back in the day, but now I have a different purpose. And pretty much affirms that he's with the Phantom crew. He is a Jedi.
Yeah, but
it was just
it addresses a problem that they introduced this episode. Like, he never was questioning being Jedi.
Yeah,
before.
he never. They just brought this like random conflict just as a filler, I feel. But it did have a point at the end, and I did enjoy certain aspects of this episode.
The episode wasn't a waste. It was definitely watchable.
And it did have good... I mean, they have the whole Star Wars soundtrack. It's always going to sound good. But it did... Especially the escape scene. I thought it hit its stride. It felt very Star Wars-esque. Like, you can see into a movie, almost. Except for Chopper being retarded.
And it also shows in that escape scene, Ezra's new stun shot.
Well, they've shown the stun shot before.
Before it was like a laser, wasn't it?
It always had... I think it switched a few times because he used to have like a slingshot thing that had a similar.
I missed the slingshot actually. I thought it was pretty cool.
But it seems like they morphed like a blaster, like with that stun gun to make it slightly more lethal, I guess. Because he used that slingshot on the Inquisitor before, and even without him blocking it, it didn't do anything to him. It's kind of useless.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but it's useful on stormtroopers.
Yeah, well, now, I think with the inclusion of the lightsaber, it's a little bit stronger, and it shows Ezra combining more of his gunfire and his lightsaber, which is kind of cool. And overall, if I had to go based on our grading scale, which goes from resin, mids, dank, or wax, I would have to give this probably a mids.
I agree, actually. I was going to give it a mids as well.
I mean, it's not like a totally, like... It's only meant for people like us who really do like Star Wars and just want to see every little bit that you can, even though we're slightly disappointed. I mean, it's Star Wars. We're not going to be unhappy at all.
It's not like I was unhappy watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just that on par with most Rebels episodes.
And just like mids, you know, there are people that like it.
It gets your fix.
Yeah, it just does the job done, even though that only a few people would be desperate enough to go through such a situation.
Indeed. And I'm still looking forward to next week's episode. I'm so happy that the season's a long one.
Yeah, I agree too. Isn't like almost double the length of
It's 22 episodes, which is awesome.
Which I feel like they definitely need to in order to get all the different viewpoints of the Inquisitors done, because I want to see more of the female one. She intrigues me a lot.
Especially since they say Rebels isn't going to last long as a show, so keep it long seasons.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, as long as you make it quality. I mean,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
last season is a quality season.
Especially the ending.
Especially
I hope
near
this
the
ending's
ending.
on par, dude.
Especially near the ending. So, and I'm also hoping you have like cool quotes like from Kanan too, or stuff like that at the very end. And like we said before, Ahsoka. I want to see more Ahsoka.
I want to see her take on Vader.
Yeah, especially. So I'll see you guys again next week when we review the next Star Wars Rebels Aftershow. And my name is Roger. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.
Always.